Hello, 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 everyone. Hope you're doing well. We are here, Mark and I. My name is Shirin. This is my beautiful partner, Mark.
Yeah, so she said me twice.
So we are here to talk about fears in relationship, comes from the family side. The root of everything you believe, which is your parents injected in your brain about relationship. And I want to start about myself because, as you know, I am come from a very a close mind, family and religion and country society about relationship. And I want to say, being in a relationship with someone to help you to show no, this is not work in relationship. It's very important, and I didn't recognize. Is It's very annoying for me. Um, something is very important in relationship. Since I didn't go to relationship with Mark, is with
Since you have been in a relationship with me. Right,
yes,
okay.
uh, because as I told you to another episode, in relationship we are somehow mirrored together, and Mark shows a lot of things, and which is very painful because this is a reality. This is something you don't wanna see it, and you wanna hide it, and your partner bring it up sometimes in relationship. But if your partner, which is Mark did it very well, if your partner not be a supportive person, not be a person to understand, and you are not person to cannot talk to your partner and believe and don't trust it, you will get a lot of problems. So I trust him very well. And is it happened this time, which is we're back together again. And I really wanted to trust this person to be much more open to my partner. And now we are understand and we learn much more compared than before. And if anyone watching to this episode and our relationship comes from Arabs country and Iran, or the country like there, with with the mindset, same mindset I grew up, this episode is help you a lot. So please stay. And if you have any question, if you have the same experience like me or like us in our relationship, please write for me. I will answer, or we will talk about it uh, in another episode.
I so you start off by saying parents, like,
Yeah,
you gotta go and tell the people, baby. I don't know. I
yeah.
don't even necessarily know where you're going
The
now with
yeah,
the
the things has happened in relationship. I wanna say about my religion. As a woman, we cannot talk too much. As a woman, we cannot open up too much in our family, especially in front of our parents. As a woman, we are so limited, and with a lot of limitation, we grow up as a woman. So um, when I went to relationship with Mark, I still had that mindset like you cannot talk too much, you cannot talk about your emotion, you cannot explain what's going on because it shows maybe you are so weak woman. Maybe it shows you are so affected, you are so emotional woman. But you have to understand this is emotion, or this is the things you have to really explain it for your partner, especially when your partner uh, he doesn't know that a lot about your culture, about your the way you grow up, about you. So being open up, being like trust trust to your partner, and talk to your partner to learn. You I was thinking about one of the way you can learn, you have to dive, you have to do it. You want to know that, you have to do it.
So
Huh? Yes, but a lot of people thinks if just they are watch or listen the podcast, watching the movie, watching the YouTube, watching, go to the class, go to the seminar is work for them, but because they don't want to do it actually.
I think you have yes, you have a point. There's a couple different facets with all of this. I mean, there's a couple different things you have to we want to always think about. Yes, I agree with you. A lot of times it's easier to just rest in the fact that, oh, I went to school and got my degree, or I'm studying to be a professional, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
You track on me so far?
Yeah.
Like you said, coach, it's easy for me to say I'll pay for the seminar, like you said, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a way of giving yourself that initial, I'm trying to better myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, taking that next step now into the actions and of actually applying whatever it is you learn in seminar or what you learn in school, right?
Mm-hmm.
To try to better your career or your skill set, your profession. That's when the learning actually starts to take effect,
Yeah.
right? But in that is difficult because one has to be able to accept what they don't know, be
Mm.
willing to learn within that process, be willing to say, I thought it was this way because this
Yeah.
is what was told to me. If I do X, Y, and Z,
Yeah.
this outcome is going to happen. And it doesn't happen that way, right?
Yeah.
Like I did what they told me to do.
Yeah.
That's why the only way to learn, and I agree with you, I
Yeah.
agree with you 100%,
Yeah.
is to do the action of whatever it is you're trying to be better or become, learn it in, right?
Yeah.
So yes, being in a relationship, you have to be in a relationship to know how to apply these different skill sets and then to figure out my parents fucked me up or they didn't, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And let me say this, as a parent, what I learned is parents are only doing, we only try to protect out of the fear of we want you to be okay and go through less pain than we went through, right? So a lot of times it's not just the intentionality of do as I say. It's really based off of the, I like to say God complex, not to be, everyone's trying to be allow a God, but
Mm.
but there is a level of as a parent, I brought you into this world, we had you, we're going to guide you because we are the all knowing and you're this little infant trying to grow up,
Yeah.
right? So what happens is we take on a complex of I can't fuck this up, number one.
Yeah.
So it's based off of fear. So what we do is as parents and those who don't have kids don't really understand it until they have their kids. If they're doing their introspection and doing their work. Because the thing that's in the mantra over the past 15 years or 20 years of psychology and therapy talk and mental health, all this stuff is
Yeah.
go into your childhood traumas,
Yeah.
right? And I think what happens is we run that into the ground so much to where we have really beat our parents up because we haven't really realized they were just doing what they knew to do based off of wanting to do the best for you, not knowing that they're possibly limiting you in being the most you could be because of their fear. I said a lot right there. I know I said a lot. So all I'm saying is we have to give a little bit of grace to the parents.
Mm.
When you understand that, then you can start to forgive yourself too. And anything that was taught to you that also bleeds over into other things like relationships,
Mm.
right? Because it bleeds over into everything. It bleeds over into intimate relationships. It
Mm.
bleeds over into friendship relationships. It
Mm.
bleeds over into business relationships, right? It
Mm.
bleeds over into one's belief in their ability to go pursue their best self or not,
Yeah.
how aggressive they are with it, right? And it's not, we always want to find who caused this pain. We always want to find who can I blame as to why I am the way that I am? And I think we have to reframe that. I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm saying we have to watch it because if we do it too much, then we start to blame
Yeah.
and not take responsibility, like you're saying right now with the fear factor. That yes, you were. I was. You were brought up in Iran.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all got y'all shit. I
Yeah.
was brought up in the United States as a black man in the US.
Yeah.
I got my shit. If I was a white man in the US, I would have my shit. If I
Yeah.
was a Hispanic brought up in Mexico, I would have my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I was from Belgium, I would have. And I grew up there, I would have my shit. It's all we all are humans going through our shit. So no one is more or less of any one thing other than what you want to accept and grow yourself into. Okay. I say this, I appreciate you for wanting to explore these dynamics at a young age of 31 because you're being like you said by me coming to you in the way that I'm coming to you, I am mirroring you in a more, as you said in other episodes, from a more open mindset.
Yeah.
But it's an elevated mindset, really, because again, I've been where you are, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm older, right?
Yeah.
But I've also done the work. I've done the therapy. I've done the reading, and I'm still doing, as you know, right?
Mhm.
And I'm doing the work too of, as you said, learning by doing the actions, right? And you
Mhm.
know that firsthand from what we've
Mhm.
gone through recently and what we've gone through in our relationship, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying to say, everything you're saying is correct. I just want to make sure that we still give it to people with a caveat. Caveat meaning a little sidebar of don't take it so direct.
Mm.
Don't take anything so direct and so personal.
Mhm.
If we start doing that, labeling it, right, and we
Mhm.
start receiving it as
Mhm.
this is how I am, this is how I had to go through, the
Mhm.
ego is still taking over.
Mm.
And we tend to lose the lessons that need to be learned
Mhm.
because we're so now someone is to blame,
Mm.
I'm the victim.
Mhm.
And now this is why this shit is so fucked up. No, at a certain point, it was your responsibility as you are doing, not you, but I'm
Mm.
saying as you are doing and
Mhm.
showing, it's up to individuals to take the responsibility to say, hey, I know this is how I grew up.
Mm.
They said do it this way. But for some reason, I keep seeing them who are doing it this way.
Yeah.
They're just as mad, just as upset, just as angry. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So if I don't want to do that, what's the opposite? And
Yeah.
do I have the strength to try the opposite? Or do I
Yeah.
just feel like I have to stay in this? I'm not being received anyway. I think I am being received, but I'm not being received. I'm only being received because I'm being received based off of what they're saying I got to do.
Mm.
I don't agree with that.
Mhm.
Right.
Mm.
So do I have the strength to step out of that and do me?
Mhm.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I guess my question to you is now that you have explored this further, I thank you for letting me share my little 2 cents on that. Now that you have explored this further in your thought with this fear concept, you brought the parents and how you grow up and all that. Where are you right now in your taking your responsibility based off our relationship? Where are you in your steps? How do you feel like you're getting stronger and facing your fears in our relationship? How do you feel like you're getting stronger? And what are you doing to get stronger in facing your fears in our relationship?
I think my fear about my fear.
About our relationship or about you and our relationship?
No, my fear about you cannot talk very well. You cannot talk about your emotion, okay? Because the things my parents, they are all the time avoid me to not talk about yourself. You don't talk about your emotion. You
Mhm.
cannot talk because it shows you are so emotional. Oh, why you cry? Oh, little girl, no, come on. Something like this. It's not even happened in my relationship. Even it's happened even for my friendship. Even it's happened for my
Mhm.
actually teamwork. Like everywhere I work or everywhere I go, the group of friends, it's avoid me to talk about what I am feeling, what I have a feeling right now with you, with our relationship. So that's why the relationship, the friendship, and or partnership, as a like a partner work, like when we work together, it's become so terrible end of the relationship, because I or this girl or this boy or this partner I had, we didn't work to this part. We have to talk about our emotion at the present moment, and if we have any problems or misunderstanding, w- allow to ourselves to talk about it, my friend, I have a problem with this, or I feeling about I feel bad about this, I feel like I'm not okay when you talking about like this, you like talking about your feelings about this subject. And the fear I had, which is I don't know, is it fear or this is the beliefness, the wrong belief, or it's the wrong subject or the wrong rule or the wrong religion or anything, is avoid me to talk about my emotion. Even still, I have therapist for almost 2 years. I remember 5 and 6 months it takes time to be open with this therapist, which is she's woman, to I can talk about my emotion, because I f- I was feeling like if I talking about my emotion, it shows I'm so weak. No, special for independent woman, special for a strong woman, special for woman which is the long term they are single.
Yeah, I mean
Uh,
but again, I take when you say that, it's funny because as a man, and the men in this world literally are told to not cry. We're literally told to not show emotion. That's why we are the men we are. We can go to war and kill ourselves because we're protecting our, our country, our family. You know what I'm
mm,
saying?
mm,
So you're taught when you say this to me, of course I understand what you're saying. Because again, that's just, but I found out years ago though that that's just not smart. Because if you read books, autobiographies, you listen to stories, no matter the sex of the individual, no matter where they grew up, no matter again, this is why educating oneself and wanting to step out of this paradigm is up to you as an individual. You know what I'm saying? And because I feel like it's still because I've heard this from you before, and it's like for me at the certain point, it's like yeah, the fight is the fight. We all have to be able to fight to get to what we want to achieve in this world,
mm,
but you can't do it by yourself. If you hold on to negative or emotions or energy that you suppress, meaning you push it down in you, right? Because
mhm,
you can't say it because they
mm,
told you don't say it.
mm.
It comes out.
Yeah,
And it always comes out in the worst way
yeah,
at the worst time.
yeah.
So it's at a certain. This is why I say like again, I'm glad you're sharing, but at a certain point, man, it's like again, you talk like when I say this to you all the time. Our relationship, the reason why because I've begged her, and she knows I've begged her to communicate to me.
If you allow to me to finish,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So I didn't know that this is the very, very this is a problem. Okay. So it's not something you can proud of it, because you're not talking about your emotion in relationship and you hide it, and you cannot call yourself strong when you don't have that much strong to talk about your emotion. I think if you talk about your emotion, it's not show you are weak. So since when I go to relationship with Mark gives me this platform to talk first, to be honest with him, and he makes me sure you have this platform to uh, tell me the truth, never lie to me. Anything you said, I'm not judging you. And the second, you can talk to me. And as he said, talk to me, share your emotion. And I block myself to not talk to him, because I felt like if I talking about my emotion, if I talking about I'm scared, if I talk about like I'm so scared, even if I'm talking about like I'm scared to be in relationship with someone, comes from my fear, comes from my limitation. If I talk about my limitation, maybe he thinks and judgment is coming, and I judge myself, the second part, which is makes this story worse. And after that, say, oh, maybe he will think I'm a weakness person. Maybe I'm not good for being a partner with him. The second breakup we had is exactly because of this. And I told him, like, I'm not that woman you want. You need someone else. Yeah. And yeah. So, which is, if I don't want to blame myself, because the blaming is another part of fear. But I want to say, relationship with Mark, or with a person, I'm talking about you guys, with a person to show you the sum of part of your weakness, the sum of part of your fear, some of part of you don't want to show, is not bad. It's all about your perspective. I just shift and change because I love this person. I love Mark. But this love have to becomes something good. We have to bring something good, something different perspective, different vision, different viewing. So I just changed my perspective about when Mark telling me you can talk to me. I said, okay, let's talk to him. And I started talking. That was the first time that was some bullshit. The second time still, the third time still. Slowly, I getting used to talk to my partner about my emotion and about my feelings. Slowly, I get close to my emotion with myself about the situation in relationship. And because I felt Mark is a person I can trust. This is, I think trust is 99% is about you. You have to trust, and you have to trust to your trust. And which is, your person is good or your person is not good. I hope your person is good. Mark for me is good. But when he said, trust me, I didn't have enough trust at myself to can open up, because I had a fear, because the believeness, which is comes from my wrong educated from my childhood, was still hidden between something between in my character behind, and hide himself to not showing, and now in relationship it comes up. So that moment, there is two different reaction, which is, you want to help yourself to uh fix it, to treat this trauma, because it becomes trauma actually, and your partner will help you, or your ego coming and avoid you to go through to your fear, and you will break up, and you just change the person. I all the time say, Mark, I am water, you are glass. Getting away.
Oh, keep talking.
Yes. Oh my God.
Tell them, but it's rainy
Yeah.
season right now.
Oh yeah. And I said, like, wait a moment. Sorry. Okay. And after that, said, if I just don't want clean myself, I don't want clean this actually water, change the glass is not working. I'm still that person. I'm still that same person. So if I work on myself, if I try to clean this actually water, which is I am, thank you, baby. Changing the glass is not working. It looks like you just want to show your body in shape with the dress and the tight clothes you wear, but still you are fat. You don't want to go gym because it's hard. I know. You have to go with discipline. You have to keep your diet. You have to pay some money for gym, for membership. You have to wake up early, or you have to follow the rules, which is hard. But you prefer just wearing something tight to show you, or you go to some surgery. But still, you are that same person. Because I'm personal trainer, I worked as a trainer many years. I had a lot of clients, which is they had a surgery. They make the stomach smaller and they become again, they back to that same person. They become fat again. It's just look like change the glass. And yeah, and I think this relationship, it gives me this opportunity to I can trust first to myself, and I can trust to our relationship, and we can grow up at a safety home, safety relationship, safety situation, safety glass. But it's first it comes with trust to yourself. It's not possible to trust to your partner when you don't trust to yourself. That's why we choose our YouTube to me, to you. You have to work on yourself, and after that, actually show to your partner. You have to first show to yourself, and after that, your partner, because it's just gonna be pretending, just gonna be show, and you cannot play the game forever. Right. Okay. Yeah. So that was the answering for your question you said about relationship. I feel like the relationship I had with you, it's just makes me much more sure I can be myself. And I can trust to myself first, and I can trust to you, and I can trust our relationship. And I feel safe with you, and I feel like support with you. And this is just different feeling. You know. What's your feeling?
What's my feeling of what?
About being open up because you are man, because it's something like it's happened as a man a lot for you.
When you say it happened a lot for me as a man, opening up, you saying?
Yeah, like as a man, they are told you, of course, your parents, as a man, you have to do this, you have to do that, you cannot talk, you cannot talking about like your fear, your emotion a lot, don't be emotion. Has it happened for you?
My parents were different. Thank you for sharing what you shared. And yeah, the whole point while we're together is to create space for us to grow and evolve well together. Uh, both of us, and you're doing the same thing for me. My parents were different. My parents didn't necessarily, my father never was, he's a man's man, but he never necessarily hit me with, you can't show emotion. For him, it was always more so just do the fucking work.
Yeah.
Emotion is going to come out of that, but do the fucking work. And so I had a very unique upbringing. That's why, I can be where I am today with you and, uh, you know, the business I run and all that stuff is because I was blessed where I had quality parents. You know what I'm saying? Were they perfect? No, but they were close to it.
Mm.
Okay. So that being said, but also too, I'm 44. Uh, I left the house at the age of 18 for college. I knew I had to go out here and live and learn and try things
Yeah.
in order to know if what's going to work for me.
Yeah.
As I went through relationships, prior to you, intimate relationships prior to you, I learned a lot because I was lying and I was, cheating and all that stuff when I was in my early 20s. And I saw the hurt and the pain because I couldn't own up to my hurt and pain. I saw the hurt and pain that I was causing women, right?
Yes.
So I realized at that point that this is stupid,
Yeah.
because I'm hurting them and I'm hurting myself.
Yeah.
Underneath the pretense, I'm lying to protect everybody,
Yeah.
right? No, I'm not. I'm literally hurt because everybody knows
Yeah.
in their own way. Women's intuition, women, you all have this sixth sense about shit.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side,
Mm.
I can't sleep at night. I can't sleep at night because I'm over here trying to, lie and trying to figure out. So I learned then that it wasn't good. So then, I knee jerk reaction and count and then all this is based off of. It's not about my parents. I
Yeah.
had to figure. I went through life experiences as a young man into a 30-year-old man to now a grown ass fucking man. Because my daughter is 19, right?
Yeah.
When you have a kid, you're an adult at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I learned early on basically like where to look at my points in life and say, okay, I can't keep playing the victim. I can't keep trying to hold and feel like, well, because they don't know, then I'm doing the right thing. Or because they don't know, I'm protecting them. No, because I know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like that's why that before you I know you don't like it, but it is what the facts are. The facts. I was open relationship guy because it was like I went all the way from one side lying and telling stories and shit. I went all the way to the other side of
Yeah.
let's just be polyamorous and open, and respect everybody and just be honest. But I found the balance in between that where I don't have to be labeled poly or labeled monogamous or labeled, any of these things. It's more so, like you said, the truth of being upfront and open and honest, even if it's to the point where I seemingly lose the thing that I thought I wanted or I think I need. But when you really understand life and you really understand what's meant for you is meant for you.
Yeah.
That's why we talked about in another episode where I said, I don't have to call you my favorite. If I'm not putting the pressure on you and all that stuff, there's no need to do that. I love you by the way I treat you. I
Yeah.
respect you by the way I treat you, first and
Yeah.
foremost. Because to me, respect is the most important thing and love is right in there. But if I respect you, then I'm going to treat you well. Now, how you receive the treatment based off of your previous upbringing, your lessons, your, whatever traumas you have, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's on you. But I can rest in the fact that, okay, for me, I treated myself right by saying I'm going to do this. And I
Yeah.
did it the best way I could. I know I'm not perfect, but I do it the best way I can.
Yeah.
And I stayed true to that. However she receives it is how she receives it. Like I said before, I gave this example in other episodes prior to this. You might like, I might want to give you flowers, but you may not like flowers.
Yeah.
And if I give you a bouquet of flowers and you like, thank you, but you're not, oh my God, do I now sit there and take offense to that?
Yeah.
Most people would take offense to that because lower level thought is, I did this thing where I gave you something, and then you didn't show the what I thought to be the proper, action from it, right?
Yeah.
No, the reality is I might like to give flowers or give gifts, right?
Yes.
That's my thing. I don't know what your thing is. If the whole truancy is, I just wanted to give and I gave, I did that. Now, how you receive it is up to you. If I love you unconditionally, me giving you the flowers is not, my love shouldn't shift because you said you didn't like it. Because if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what happens is if I gave those flowers now as a man, normally we'd change and be like, man, she didn't really jump out the roof. She didn't, oh my God, she didn't, give me the best sex in my life, because of that,
Yeah.
right? That wasn't the purpose, bro. The
Yeah.
purpose was because you wanted to give. If that was the purpose, just give, right?
Yeah.
But however she receives it, she receives it. And this goes back to the conditioning that we've all had as young kids.
Yeah.
Our parents say, "I love you if we're this Muslim household, Islamic household. I love you if you follow the Islamic rule."
Yeah.
Damn, I got so basically, you don't love me if I go and be Christian,
Yeah.
and that's real shit. And let me just say this: I said to you a while back, this whole thing about not wanting to share, and you're true, you're a true man or a true woman. If you don't share, hold tight, don't say nothing. It's a bunch. I said this to you to your face, and I would love for people to comment on this. It's a bunch of bullshit. Reason why I say it's a bunch of bullshit. You're Islamic, right? Muslim.
Yeah.
Excuse me. What is it? What's the proper call?
Muslim.
You're Muslim. So in the Muslim, in the Orthodox structure way, you pray what, 5 times a day, right?
Okay, we have two different sides, which is Shia and which is Sunni. Shia side, they pray like 3 times, but every time we have, it's very hard. Like 3 times you stand for pray as a Shia side, but Sunni side you stand 5 times. So stand to pray 5 times in Sunni. For Shia you pray 3 times. Stand for pray. So, but all is Islam. All both is Muslim. Just the way they pray, it's different.
And respect.
Yeah.
Please don't take this is not
Yeah.
disrespect to either. Again, Christianity does its thing,
Yeah.
Catholicism, Judaism, Buddhism. Everybody here in Bali, they got
Yeah.
their own thing. Everybody got their own shit. Cool, bet. No disrespect to that. My point is though, anytime a man or woman says, "Oh, be stoic, don't share your emotions," there is a truth to who you share your emotions to. You got to be wise about that. True enough. Who you share, who you talk to does play a part. However, to act as if someone is not
And
supposed to be
how you actually tell about your emotion,
right.
like it's not like, I have a problem with this, that this is bullshit, you say this is not working.
So
Yeah.
who you share with and how you share it definitely is something
Yeah.
that's a fine line. But we have taken this religious thing so far to where it's amazing to me as because I'm a man, I identify as a cisgender, man. I'm a full blood man. I will give my life for her in 2 seconds. I even think about it because I love her like that. My mother, my daughter, same thing. My father, even I give my life for my family, right? Because that's just how we're built, right? But I will say this though, we can still evolve better than what we've been doing. And what's so funny to me is when I'm such a man, I don't share my emotions. Or in her case, I'm such a Muslim woman to where I don't share my emotions. That's a bunch of bullshit because you do share your emotion with this higher power, whether you call it Allah, whether you call it God, whether you call it, like I said, Buddha, whatever you call it, or just the spirit world. You share your emotions with that, right? What we have to understand is, and what I think when we become elevated well enough within our emotions and lower our ego and do real work on ourselves especially an intimate relationship, because the intimacy is for me. People always think I'm a Scorpio. People always think the intimacy is about straight sex, and it's not about that. The intimacy that we appreciate as Scorpios is the ability for intellectual, sapiosexual. Sapiosexual is a term for it, but that intimacy to be able to have conversation and spiritual connectivity with a woman. For me as a man, and for Scorpio women, I believe to be the same. I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I can only speak for myself. But it's the intimacy that we're searching for,
Mm-hmm.
but also too the ability to be able to have that vulnerability with our partner. And also they hold us and they coddle us to where we can still be and grow with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's all of that we're looking for. And I think as humanity, we're all looking for, like you said, that same thing where it's that safe space to communicate. Hey, I'm vulnerable right now. I don't know. I'm scared. I fucked up.
Yeah.
I didn't do this shit right. Please don't look at me totally like I'm lesser than because I did this shit. And this is why in any of these religious beliefs, we all lean towards that power. We all want to, give our emotions to that power. So
Yeah.
you're not being this, I'm so strong man. Every warrior before he goes into battle has been down on some knee or says something to someone, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
about what his fear was because he may not return.
Yeah.
In women's case, before she delivers a child or, goes into her own battles, everybody goes to somewhere to speak
Yes.
about their fear. So to have this stupid ass thought that you can't share with someone that you're trying to grow with is
Yeah.
ridiculous. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because I'm growing with you. You need to know where I am weak so you can be strong for me at that point and
Yeah.
vice versa.
Yeah.
And where you can't be strong, you just need to be aware that this is where he's weak.
Yeah.
I need to step back and let him figure that shit out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? As opposed to what we've always done in the past, which is just let me be a man. We, beat our chest, yell at you, cuss you out, or go sleep with some other chick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? We're
Yeah.
still causing pain. Just because you may not know I went and slept, you still know. Because the funny thing about it is, that's why I said when it came to cheating and came to lying, when you're really connected with that individual knows, right?
Mm.
That individual knows. So it's like, what we doing?
Yeah.
That's why women go through phones because they're like, something's telling you with that sixth sense, you ain't being all the way, straightforward. And then they go through it and yeah, confirmation bias happens. But the only reason why confirmation bias happens because that means something's there to prove that what they were thinking was correct. Right.
Yeah.
And men have the same thing. But we tend to not want to deal with our emotions. So we tend to not pry or we tend to not ask questions.
Yeah.
Cause like, well, if she is, I'll find out, you know what I'm saying? And I'll whoop his ass afterwards. And it's like, but bro, you still hurt, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, why not just confront her or confront them about the situation and deal with that situation off top,
Yeah.
get that out the way and let's move on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I said a lot. We both say a lot at our points. Thank you for asking me. My whole thing was I don't, my parents. I'm grown from the standpoint. I've gotten past that a long time ago. Certain books that I read, Eckhart Tolle, New Earth is a great book to read. She said she got a therapist. I had a therapist when I was 32. And I got it based off my relationship I was dating at the time. But work has been done. And so, I recommend, I read Emotional Intelligence is a great book. Emotional Intelligence 2.0 is good too. There's two books on that one. So yeah, do the work, guys. She did bring up the fact that yes, you will say, okay, I read a book or I went to a seminar and that's enough. No, you still got to do the work from that seminar, take that information and then make it work. It's kind of like I love Tony Robbins. I've never been to his actual seminar. I know people who have. I've read a lot of his works, a lot of his books. But one thing I love he said about love. Love is supposed to be unconditional, but it's also based upon the person you bring to a relationship, who you choose. And like he said, it's who, like and baby said it too, it's who you choose to bring to a relationship, not the person that you're choosing, who you choose to bring to the relationship in order for it to grow. Are you bringing yourself where you're open and say, this person seems like this is my person? Can I bring the type of person that will not go off and just yell at her when I feel like she disrespected me? Can I bring the person that will be calm when she tells me something that's not necessarily agreeable to me, right? I got to do that first. So the first person I choose is still me, like you said, being true to yourself. That way, if I bring the right person from myself to her, she will be able to hopefully match. Now, if she can't, again, the true love is I love her enough to let her go. I love her enough to let her go because she's not mine anyway if she has to go. It's her right to go out here and do other things that she needs to do because I truly love her. And that's a different level of love that she still needs to grow into because I know she's listening to what I'm saying right now. Like, wait, what? But that's what real love is. And I'm saying again, let me say it, I'm gonna give you the platform to talk and once I ask you questions so you can address what I'm saying. I have a 19-year-old daughter And any parent would tell you they give their life for their child, but they also will let their child go. If they truly love their child, they let their child go and do what they got to do. Because again, we had our children in order for our children to be themselves and to be their best of themselves. It's not about trying to be what I want you to be. No matter what, my daughter can go out. She can go be a stripper, be a porn star, do whatever. And I'm being honest with you. If that's what she decided to do, that's still my daughter. And you ain't taking that from her. And you ain't taking her from me. Will I be happy with those choices? Of course, I wouldn't be happy with those choices, but it's not my decision. It's her life. And I've raised her well to know what's the right choices for her. But if she chooses that, again, nothing is ever going to take her blood from my blood. So when you really love something, you can let it go. Also, too, we all die. If you truly love something, you got to let it go. And if I were to die before her, I will want her to marry, whatever, date, find love, have kids, family. Why just sit there and mourn me if she's 31? I die now. You know what I'm saying? Why sit there and mourn me and not live your life? That's crazy. Now I'm dead. You like, well, you already gone. But again, if you truly love something, you can let it go. What's meant for you is meant for you. And that's real love, not based off of conditions.
Yeah, baby, but the things you said, all the things you said is right. This is the gonna be okay, but this is the huge working to understand this point.
Mhm.
So it's look like everyone telling all the mentors, all the psychic, all the successful people, they are said live in the moment, live in the to understand living in the moment is a huge work. No, yes,
Mhm.
it's come on. To living in the moment is about like working on your working on your emotion, to just understand, working on your feelings.
That's the problem right there. Like that's why, and I'm glad I appreciate you being honest about this. You're working, working, working. You're not being in the moment. Just be in the moment. Sometimes it literally is just like right now. You're doing a great job of just communicating, and it's kind of like when my homeboy Sad Guru, one of my mentors. Yeah, I don't know him personally, but I like him. You- they say be present. You can't do nothing but be present. Like physically, we are literally right here, right now. Like you can't do anything else but be that. So just be that. And then you said the other day, the funny thing is you said it the other day, you said life is simple. We make it complicated.
Yeah.
You said it yourself. You're doing it right now when you say, come on, man, it's hard to be in the moment. It's hard. Now
What I'm
you are
saying is
complicating it.
hard is not like not that the things you say, okay, I'm here, I'm in the moment, but still I'm thinking about like part of me, it's not there. So you have to just I'm talking about how you can learn to be.
You don't have to just again, you literally
But it look like okay, I tell you, okay, speak Spanish. Just Spanish. Just speak Spanish. Just because you can talk, you can speak Spanish, Speak Spanish. It's about like you have to use some tools to remind to yourself to slowly learn how you can control your thought, control your emotion, control your everything, which is it brings your brain to another moment and avoid you to be here, you know, to just because we have some tools to remind you being present, like pay attention, your attention, or be attention to like this voice, attention to your skin, feel your I don't know, feel your temperature of your breathing. This is this and this kind of things is it helps to
Mm,
feel the moment.
like my boy Sad would say, and I agree with him 100%. You get so caught up in tools. Like you have therapists. You have been living here in Bali for over a year. You have done all what do you call it dance? The
Static.
static dance. You've done the breathwork classes.
Yeah,
You've done the healing.
yeah,
You've done the waterfalls. You've done
yeah,
you've done the shit.
yeah.
And yet you still struggle because these are tools. These are literally the tools. And yet you still
Click.
hear me out. You still very much so struggle even in what you're saying right now. Out of the two of us,
Yeah,
you're literally out of the two of us. You've done all this tool work,
yeah.
to be able to be in the moment.
This is the thing.
But
So you cannot be perfect.
no, 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 no. I'm not trying. It's not about perfect. I'm not talking. This is not an attack on you. Let me say what I'm saying. This is
Okay.
not an attack on you. I'm saying exactly what you're saying, or you have to understand.
Yeah.
You are still complicating what you have already done the work to try to be in
Yeah.
the actual moment.
Yeah.
I've done the same different work.
Yeah.
I haven't done exactly I've done ecstatic dance. I've done some mushrooms. I've done some different activity,
Yeah.
not to the extent that you have, but yet I can understand moment, done the work because I get it. Like, just be. Now, there are levels to people trying to get there. But what happens is, and and as a woman, again, it's your feminine, and this is not a negative by me saying.
Yeah.
This is just a difference. The feminine divine energy is a powerful flowing energy that constantly has to move and constantly unearth things, right? So as soon as you get to that point of feeling like you're there, it's like, whoa, it's too calm. Okay. I got it. Something else has to be happening. Something else. And that's understanding. And I get that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But for us so there's always that dynamic too, where you have the feminine and the masculine dynamic where, and it's not right or wrong. It just is. We call her Mother Nature for a reason. Mother Nature has tornadoes. It's been raining 3 days hard here about. We just felt a little bit of it right now. We had to shoot. Y'all saw that, right?
Yeah.
While that wind is blowing hard, while a potential tsunami might come, what we call her Mother Nature,
Yeah.
Mother,
Yeah.
because she's unearthing things. But while she's unearthing things, she's planting seeds at the same time as something new, right?
Yeah.
There's no need to overthink it. Is it traumatic? It can be, yeah, for certain people in that situation, right? The wind's blowing, somebody might drown, right? Old elderly people can't survive, right? But my point is, you're still being present. Just accept it. There's a certain level of acceptance. I feel like that is missing from the feminine energy. It doesn't want to receive the acceptance of just what is right now is okay to be right now. It's okay. And
Yeah.
whatever you feel might be lacking or the abundance of, all of it is good. Just let that be. So it's not that complicated. It's just the acceptance of whatever that is that thing at that time. But
Yeah.
you all have to get an understanding of, well, why? And then where is it? And why do I feel this? And where is it? And then, the urge of, it's like, I think more of the feminine divine does that more so than even the masculine, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying, but what I've tried to do as I've gotten older is have an understanding of both dichotomies, as well as don't have this absolute delivery. Because the same way you said about your parents that, being young, growing up,
Yeah.
they gave us such an absolute delivery. Absolute meaning like this is only this way. If you don't do this, then it's, you know what I'm saying? And I'm saying like, no, it's not hard to be in the moment.
Mhm.
If you say it's hard, then someone who's struggling to be is going to think it's, yeah. Well, she says hard, it's not hard. He who says he can.
Yeah.
He who says she can't. They both are correct.
Yeah.
So what we say and how we say it is very vital to one's disposition to be able to believe in their ability to be able to be the better of what is it trying to bring forth for themselves. So I don't think it's not hard. Only if you make it hard for yourself. Just let it be what it is. Whatever comes from that is supposed to come from that. And some of it is seemingly difficult. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you take a step back, you realize, oh, it was meant to be that way for a reason. Let me give 100% real quick right now, real quick example. So the last 4 or 5 days, we've been going at it as far as conversation about because I'm stressed about trying to get out of here, right? Because as it stands now, guys, I was supposed to have left today from Bali, Indonesia, out of this beautiful section that we know I rented for us and all that, and I was supposed to be gone, right? The weather was bad. The weather was really bad, and then the country I was supposed to be going to, Vietnam, did not approve my visa to get into their country.
Yeah.
So I was waiting until I thought they may approve it. But it's interesting how things work. First off, the weather was really bad the last 2 days, especially. So the flight that I had already booked was already pushed back to later this afternoon, early this afternoon. It was supposed to leave early in the morning. It got pushed back, so I didn't get on that flight. Right, obviously because I didn't have the visa to get into to Vietnam. On top of that, though, it cost me a little bit more money to get the flight. I need to get out of here to go to. I'm going to Thailand. But what I look at though is I didn't get into that storm. I'm hoping that flight, landed okay, that, took those people out. But I didn't get into that storm. The place that I was able to get in Thailand technically is actually probably cheaper than what I would have paid for the place that I was looking to do in Vietnam. I was also able to lock in a place for us for another month, uh, by being here a little bit longer.
Hmm.
And I got a chance to spend the last most important thing, I got a chance to spend another day with my lady before I have to leave for a period of time to be away from her. I got a chance to spend another day. And it didn't dawn on me that I could spend that extra day because I actually had this unit for one more day past the actual original flight date out, right? So when I look at that, and I was stressed out, she knows, and I wasn't handling all the best. We got into yelling arguments and stuff like that. But this last, I would say 8, 9 hours, you could agree, you could attest, has been better for us, obviously because things have been taken care of. I'm like, I wouldn't have been able to do that had I not been able to just allow for what was happening to just happen.
Mm.
Because there were times in between we were talking about even up until last night.
Yeah.
That's why I just went to sleep and didn't say nothing. I was just like, okay, I just gotta find my peace in this, and just that's what when we
Yeah.
lay down,
Yeah.
I didn't say a word because I had to just center myself and just find peace within all this chaos that's going on around me. I got taxes due in the United States. I got responsibilities with staff and team. I got, and she has hers. She has her stresses that she got going on here with jobs and companies she's working with. And she's been very calm and trying to deal with it with me. And I appreciate that. So I'm saying I had to be still at some point. And because I did that, I was like, you know what? This is what it is. I can't change it. What can I do in it to just make it right without all the emotional, you know, anger and frustration? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And when I did that, now it made sense. Now I booked my place for cheaper than I would have, in
Yeah.
Bangkok. We got our place locked down this morning.
Yeah.
We found a place a pretty
Yeah.
nice place for a very
Yeah.
decent price.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
everything started coming together, and she had been loving me and been so great from the beginning, but it's not hard. You just gotta fucking do it.
Yeah, baby. I know, I understand. I totally understand. What's the floor is very cold.
Yeah, baby, it's wet down there.
But
That's why I gave you a towel, baby. See y'all.
thank you.
Gotta take care of 'em.
Because
Mhm.
thank you. This is fine. It's okay. It's
Hey,
okay. It's okay. You're
okay.
hot. I'm just put my leg.
Alright, cool. Alright,
Yeah, just it's all about your perspective. You're like we are saying to look at the anything happen for us as a positive way. And and when I say it's not easy, it's mean it's coming with experience and you have to do it. You have to go. You have to dive inside your shit, your true mind. You're hiding things which is you never wanna see it. And this person sitting here and talk to you guys, he comes from experience. I come from my experience as well. So he has much more experience, but you were not in this much present like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, or when you were in 20, or that moment you lie or cheat or anything. You become your this person, and you have this power to talk with this confident to people. But it's happened if you work on yourself. It's happened. You can be in prison. Still, we are two person, which is we work on ourselves very well, so hard. Still, we work on ourselves in relationship, for work, out our friendship, anywhere. But we are much more better than everyone. Still, they don't want to see the fear and scary side. But, huh?
I wanna make sure we're clear on that because I heard you. we're not worried about being better than anybody else. We're
Yeah.
worried about being our better selves each day. Let me just be clear because I know the
Yeah,
words
yeah, yeah.
so I just want to make sure we're clear because it's not about being better. What someone else eats doesn't make me shit. I don't let people live rent free in my brain. So it's not, and she does, and she's working on that same process. It has nothing to do with anybody. It's not a comparison thing. So let's be clear. I need to be better just for me because I'm in these four walls, or in this whatever this is, this space. It's about me and her,
Yeah.
and it's about me and her just trying to work to be better. And I need to be better for me first in order to try to meet her.
Mm.
So I just want to make sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So when I say it's hard, don't scare of hard. I wanna say being present or being strong, being I don't know, anything you share it in relationship or anything like this, it works, but it's worth it. But it's beautiful. You will enjoy that process. You will enjoy when you find the hidden side of yourself and scary side, darkness side. And I think most of the power is there. And if you find your power, you you take it. You have to open it and you take it, and you see it. It look like diamond. It boosts your energy, boosts your character, boosts your desire, and you will jump. And relationship, it's one of this booster, one of this actually. If is it safe, can support you a lot to be mirror with this part and can help you a lot together. I all the time said, babe, you're not my therapist. This is not your responsibility to fix me, but with you, just be with me. um I am much more strong. It look like I open the door, go to the war, but you cannot coming. But I know you are waiting behind the door for me. I know that you are there. And this is sometimes enough to go through with your darkness part. It makes you, for me, it makes me like little bit responsible. I am responsible about the person waiting for me there. So I have to go there. I have to learn. I have to. Not because I have to, because I have to.
That's great. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. You absolutely. What you just said is beautiful. That is the beautiful thing about relationships. The human side of us, we feel when you fall in love, you fall in love. You know, when you get in love, you feel a sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
Same way, like I said, when you become a parent,
Yeah.
you feel a sense of responsibility. It's not about you anymore. It's about this little life that doesn't know anything. But it's the same thing, like she said. I have a sense of responsibility to try to watch how I do things because there's that little thing of, hey, she's my partner. And I say little thing because it's a big thing, but you want to make sure you don't overdo it because like she said before to me, I should want to do it because I want to do it, right? Again, I should be better, right?
Mhm.
But it is beautiful. But you said it, and just everything you just said was perfect. Everything you said was perfect. It was perfectly stated. I was just trying to add on to it and make it sound like I'm smart. I'm not because you said it. But so look, guys,
Yeah.
we hope we helped you a little bit with this. I know we kind of, as we always do, kind of go all over the place. But as you know, relationships and emotions and partnerships are all over the place. We hope you can track with us and follow with us. We just want to show you that look, we are true to this thing called life and partnership and relationship. And me being from the United States, her being from Iran, um, you know, it's a unique dynamic to try to merge this beautiful energy that we have, um, because it's not accepted by a lot. Whether it is or is not doesn't matter, but it does weight on how we move. and we're trying to navigate that process as a couple, and we will, and we are. Be clear, we are navigating that process. That's why we're here in front of you, so we can show you in real time how we're doing it. So, like she always likes to say, the tools. Hopefully, you can find some tools in what we're sharing with you guys to help you, whether you are Iranian talking, you know what I'm saying, or whether you are, European and African talking, or whether you are, Latina and Canadian talking, you know what I'm saying, or black and black talking, you know what I'm saying, from America. In the relationship, you can hopefully use what we've given you. Okay. So leave comments. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. We will be in touch again on next episode. And you to me. We'll talk shortly.